Welcome to Slinging the Slang, the video podcast where we talk about our idioms, our expressions, their meanings, their origins, everything from the controversial and funny to the absolutely ridiculous. I'm Slangman David Burke, author of 30 books on idioms and slang.
And I'm Monica Mauro, Director of Education for an ESL school in beautiful, sunny Southern California and a lifelong lover of slang.
How could you not be? Slang is what makes the world go around, at least our world.
You know it.
We all use slang. And isn't it interesting? I just came back from a conference last week, and one of the biggest markets for slang, Monica, I was really surprised.
What?
Is the correctional facilities, because they're trying to get these inmates to get back into society. And what is society in the way of language is real speak, which is slang and idioms. So
right. Wow.
I'd never thought of that before, because a lot of these inmates know gang slang and prison slang. They don't know our everyday slang, so they don't chit chat in prison, evidently. I didn't know that.
Right. Oh, I would love to chit chat with a prisoner.
They don't chit chat, but we could teach them slang and idioms. So there's something there. I think it's really interesting.
There's definitely something there. Oh my gosh, we have to dive into that.
Doesn't it show how our slang and idioms really and truly isn't just frivolous and kind of goofy? It represents the way everybody speaks. And that's why, as you know, working in a school that teaches English, if your students don't know slang, they don't know English.
Well, David, another thing too, slang is it's making its way into TOEFL exams. So we use slang and idiomatic expression so often, and I don't even think we realize it, but it is a perfectly good form of communication and English. And,
absolutely.
And it's in the TOEFL. It's everywhere.
Explain the TOEFL for those people who are joining us who may not know.
Well, TOEFL is a test that usually English language learners, you don't have English as a first language, have to pass in order to go into an academic program in universities. You have to have a certain English language acumen to get through the curricula, right? So you take this test and it's hard. I mean, I've done samples of it, and
Did you pass?
It's even difficult. Well, we didn't do a score, but they have, it's very field specific. So they might be talking about nanophysics. So as an English speaker, I would be able to use, root words, suffixes, prefixes to figure out some of this language that's very specific to nanophysics, because I know nothing about nanophysics. So that's the kind of nuance you have to know in order to pass a TOEFL test. It's not easy. So all the students want a really good score so they can get into a really good university. So TOEFL uses slang and idiomatic expression in their articles.
I'm so glad about that too, because the TOEFL is an acronym for Test of English as a Foreign Language. That's TOEFL.
Yes.
And years ago, they did not have slang and idioms in their TOEFL. And I remember being at a conference where one of the people who creates the TOEFL came up to me and said, "Wow, is your timing good? Because now we don't want our students just to pass a test. We want them to be able to live in the environment, live in the society. And they have to know their everyday slang and idioms." I'm so glad it's part of it. As you said,
another thing, David, another thing is that, when you read in context, when let's say there's a field specific word, you can read around the word, you can figure it out through roots, through prefixes, suffixes, but you cannot necessarily do that with slang and idiomatic expression.
Right. Imagine, to your point, wow, you just made me realize, like an idiom, if you're saying to somebody, I bent over backward trying to help you, well, there's a new interesting visual. Or like I was telling you a long time ago that my friend who is from France, someone asked him if he heard about the Italian soccer team licking the French team. So you're right. Sometimes if you don't know what it means, you kind of go in the wrong direction. And that's why we're here. In fact, speaking of going in the wrong direction, Monica, I think there's one group of slang that keeps confusing us, and it's exactly what they want. That group of people using slang and creating slang are teens. They're brilliant. They are creating language.
They're young.
And they're young, and they've got the energy level to keep on creating
Their
language.
synapses are firing, and they are fired up about language. Isn't that so cool?
I love it. In fact, there's a word we used. We did an episode on dating slang, and we used a word that was pretty new to us, and now it's all over the internet. The word is zombied. Remember zombied?
Oh, yeah, I do. Let's see. You're zombied. They're not. It's almost like getting dropped on text.
No, well, you got ghosted. First, you get ghosted. That person is gone.
Right, ghosted. I'm thinking of ghosted. Right.
But then that person that you think is gone comes back. You've been zombied.
I'm back.
And it's happening. I'm back. And it's happening. This word is being used all over the internet more and more and more. So I was kind of proud of that we kind of talked about it when it was just starting, because Monica and I do like to be on the cutting edge, which is good slang. It means right up to date. And because we are up to date, we would like to give to you today the 10 most 10 most popular slang terms teens are using right now, today.
Okay.
And just for fun, Monica, I've been reading all these emails from different people from different states, mainly teens, and I'll see if you can guess this first one. I'm going to first give you. I'm going to make this so hard on you.
Make it hard. Make it hard.
Okay, I'm going to give you the slang equivalent from 1920s, 100 years ago, and we'll see if you can figure out the new one.
Okay.
Okay. The old slang term in the 1920s was, wow, this party is the bee's knees.
Oh, okay. That means it's awesome. This is the bee's knees. Isn't that the funniest?
I don't know why. Where did that go? And they used to also say, my favorite one was the snake's hips. That is the snake's hips. And the monkey's eyebrows.
Oh,
yeah. Don't get me started. I know
that
them all.
one I've never heard of, but bee's knees, absolutely.
Love that one. And the new one begins with a B. One. Begins with a B. We talked about it once before. It's like to drive a big.
This party is bussin'.
Yeah, Monica, I am really impressed. You remembered bussin'. See, that's
my synapses are firing like a teen.
I am impressed. Bussin'. I hear this all the time. Every time I do a live social media, TikTok or YouTube, bussin' keeps coming up. Very good. Okay, I'll get another one for you. Okay, this one in teen slang is super, super popular, but I'm going to give it to you in the 1920s slang first.
Okay.
You tell me something, and I say to you, Monica, really? No flap doodle? Flap doodle.
Flap doodle?
Flap doodle. Really, Monica? No flap doodle? Are you telling me the truth? Isn't that great? Flap doodle.
Okay, David, that's a new one on me.
Well, yeah, from 1920s.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who said that word? Okay, I'm gonna. My references. I know my references need to get updated. Aunt Clara said that on Bewitched.
Oh, on Bewitched.
Yes, she said, "Oh, that's a bunch of flapdoodle," and I thought, "Oh, that's a good one. I've got to remember that one." Okay, so what are teens saying instead of, "Oh, that's a bunch of flapdoodle"? They'll say, "Wait, no flapdoodle or no."
That's a bunch of. I don't know, a bunch of
doohickey. Doohickey. Isn't that doohickey like a thingamajig? Oh, doohickey actually in Pennsylvania is a John. Jawn. That's a doohickey. Just saying. We did an episode about different slang in different states. See, I just kind of went off course here. But teens are saying no cap for no lie. No cap.
No cap.
No cap. Or are you capping?
Are you lying to me? Are you capping?
Yes. Oh, it is so popular. It is so popular. So if you're a parent, you need to know these words. And if you're an ESL teacher, you need to know the words that your students are bringing into your classroom. And if you're just a lover of language.
So if you have one of your kids say, hey, recap to mom about what we did last night. Mom should be like, woo, what? You're going to lie to me about what you did last night?
Yes. See, we're going to keep you parents one step ahead of the kids. Oh, by the way, if you have questions, comments, I meant to mention this in the very beginning, but we got excited because Monica knew what bussin' was. Write to me at david@slangman.com. S like Sam, LANGMAN, and we will answer your questions. That's how we got all these emails. Here's another one. Oh, this is another really popular teen term. Monica, we actually mentioned this on one of our shows. I'm going to give you a hint. So, okay, so the 1920s, they would say glad rags. Oh, look how you're dressed. Those are some glad rags.
Oh, you're dressed really nice. You're dressed, right. That's happening with you with their clothing ensemble.
And exactly, ensemble. And the teens say, "Ooh, you've got
drip."
Monica, you did it again. I like to trick you and stump you, and I'm not stumping.
Not today, David. I'm on my 4th cup of coffee. You're not stumping me today.
I was gonna. No, I'm not, and I'm kind of disappointed in a very strange way. I love stumping you. So drip is the number one way to say nice drip, nice clothing, or you look drippy.
Ooh, drippy.
Which
has a negative connotation to me.
Me too. What does it mean to you if I said, "What a drip"?
You look drippy. You look like you've been out in the rain, and you're wet and soggy, and like a little puppy that's hair's all matted down. But that's not what it means. See, and that's why you have to know this slang.
And what it meant before. Remember in this. I don't mean remember what it meant in the 60s. I remember. I mean. I was told that way back in the 60s, if someone said, "What a drip," and I've heard Bugs Bunny say that actually also, a drip was someone without personality who's not very smart. What a drip. That's how it kind of thought of. Yeah, but boring too. Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is another word. Michael actually sent this. Michael, you didn't say where you're from, but at least I'll give you credit. Michael mentioned this word. Okay, this is a normal word, but it now has a slang meaning. So back in the 1920s, interesting. The expression was to blow your wig.
Blow your wig, like to get excited, to get angry, to get upset.
That's what I thought. That's how I would use it, but evidently it meant to brag. Stop blowing your wig.
Oh, bragging. Okay.
Bragging. So what teens are saying right now, Monica, please stop your
muscles.
You're close. What am I doing? I'm flexing.
Your biceps?
Flexing. Stop
flexing. Flexing.
Stop flexing.
Stop flexing.
Because that's really showing off. If you're flexing, you are really showing off. And that is, I'm going to say it's one of the number one, way up there, the top 5 of what teens are saying. Flex. Stop flexing. It's really popular. Okay. Here's one.
Okay. I believe you, David. I believe you.
Well, Monica, tell me if you believe this one. I want to see if you know what this means because I did not. Then once I found out, I thought, how could I not know? Okay. If you said something to me like, David, I think John is lying. And I would say, oh, hundo P.
Oh, wait a minute. You would say what?
Hundo, Hundo, hundo P. I did not understand what that meant. A teen said it in one of my rooms, hundo P.
You're lying? He's not lying. You're lying.
Like, for example, do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Hundo P. I do.
Wow.
I did not know what it meant. Monica, hundo is 100%. Hundo P. I agree with you. Hundo P. Because 100% is way too long.
It's like they're speaking a whole different language.
And they are. That's exactly what they're doing. And what's funny is they're shortening it, but not by that much. Oh, so okay, so 100%. That's 5 syllables. Hundo P is three. Well, okay, that's a little. I mean, what are you going to do with those extra 2 seconds? What are you going to do? So, but that is the trend. You have to shorten everything, everything. So
Wow.
I'm Hundo P about this, Monica.
Yes,
One
you are, David.
100%. You see how long that took? I mean, what time is it now? It took me so long to say that. Uh, oh, now this one is really, really, really popular, and it has two different meanings in teen slang.
Okay.
Let's see. Um,
Lay it on me, David.
I'm gonna. Every time you use slang, I'm like Morticia with like Gomez with Morticia. You know, just Tish, that's French. Monica, that's slang. Gets me
That's
all.
a reference to the Addams Family, everybody, just so you know.
That's another one of my 1960s references. Although they did some remakes, so I guess I'm still
And I
kind
was
of
very young at that time, so
okay. Well, that hurt. Okay, fine. Yeah, I was a mere child at the time. Okay, so there's a word. I'll tell you what it means first, and you tell me what the word is.
okay.
Okay, this is a teen slang word that means drunk and really fantastic in reference to a party. The party was
Wait a minute. Give me a minute. The party was
it's
uh,
3 letters long. It starts with an L. I'm like Vanna White now.
starts with a what?
The letter L.
It
Three
was
the 3 letters. Oh, you're so close. It's lit. Lit. Oh,
it
oh,
was
how many
it was
calories did I
it
just
was
burn?
lim. It was
Lit.
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 Lit, lit, lit,
Lit.
lit, lit, of course.
Which also means drunk in teen slang.
Oh, wow.
Monica, I think you're
Multitasking words now.
yes, exactly.
Unbelievable.
I think you were so lit you didn't know what lit meant.
He was
Exactly.
so lit at that lit party.
Yes, you can say that. Yeah, exactly. He was lit at the lit party because the party was lit.
That
See,
party was lit.
at some point we have to invent our own slang. Look, if teens
Hey,
are doing it,
David,
there's
I
no
was
reason we
watching a
can't.
documentary on Kevin Pierce, who was a snowboarder. You know, snowboarders
Yeah,
have their own slang. We've got to do a show on snowboarding slang, but this
we will.
documentary happened a while ago, and they kept saying, "Oh, that's sick."
Oh,
And they would say
which
it like that, like sick. They would draw out that short I. It was hysterical.
it's my new favorite term. The category of that word is my new favorite term called a contronym.
Yes, you
Never heard
like
of that before.
that.
I
Yeah,
like contronym, which is a word that contradicts itself because it has two opposite meanings. Sick, as in I'm feeling sick, and sick. Ah, that is sick, as in
that
really
was
good.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the same kind of slang jargon as surfer lingo, and we will in June when summer starts, June 21st, when
Woo!
Monica will have her surfboard and she's going to be hanging 10. Oh, yeah, we're going to be talking lots about surfer lingo. We might even get some surfers with us on the show. In fact,
Oh,
I
we
could,
need to get some surfers on the show, David.
I'm not far from Malibu. I could just reach outside and grab
Just
some
reach
for
outside
us.
and grab one.
It'd be easy. Seriously, we're in
Lure
California.
them into your place with your famous cup of chocolate cake in a mug.
You remember that.
Of
Okay.
course, I remember that.
See, everybody, if you're new to our show, we are not a cooking show, but many people will think we are because Monica and I seem to always drift off, which means to sleep, but not in this case, drift off to talking about food. And yes, I make a chocolate souffle in a mug, just a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of water, a little bit of
Oh,
a little
it was
sugar,
so amazing.
1 egg, mix it up, put it in the microwave for a minute and a
It was
half.
lit. It was sick.
It was sick. Or as they say in New York, forget about it. That's one word, by the way. Forget about it. Like F
Forget
U
about
H
it.
FUHGUDDABOUDT. Yeah. So if you're learning English, that's the word you're going to hear. Forget about it. It means, oh, that's so fantastic. So forget about it. Okay. Okay. Here's two more words that are really popular. I don't quite understand this one, but it's popular. Let's see. Okay, in the 1920s, they would say, "Please, Monica, why are you in a tizzy today?"
Oh, in a tizzy, just kind of
But
like
teen
not really
slang.
upset, but kind of discombobulated, kind of a little bit a little upset, a little not grounded.
Okay, if you're an English learner, Monica just said one of my favorite words, discombobulated. I'm trying to think how I would even explain that. You're just not on your feet. Oh, I see. I'm defining slang with slang. You're not very focused. You're all over the place. You're
Not
discombobulated.
focused. You're all over the place.
Whew,
Yes.
discombobulated. Nothing replaces discombobulated quite like discombobulated. That's a good word. Where were we? Oh, no, the teen version of to be in a tizzy. Like if you're in a bad mood, I'd say, Monica, why are you so salty today? Sheesh.
Salty. Somebody used that the other day at work, and I was really surprised.
Did you know? Did you know what it meant? Because it doesn't. It's not transparent, as you would say.
Well, salty meaning that oh, I want to almost say there's a snarkiness to it.
Oh, now I got to define that. English learners out there, snarky.
Snarky. I love that word.
How do we say a snarky? Kind of.
Well, you say something one
pretentious.
way, but you really mean something else.
Oh, right. Good point. So it's like,
Oh, love your eyebrows. They kind of reminded me of Groucho Marx.
what a snarky comment.
That's snarky.
It means sort of critical, condescending. Yeah, condescending.
Yes,
but
yes, condescending.
Do you see how long that took? Condescending. Oh, good. I mean, come on. Snarky. Snarky. It's a lot faster. How do we get on that one? Oh, that's because of salty. And salty, I'm not quite sure why it means in a bad mood, you're salty. Maybe it's the look you would have if you eat too much salt. Maybe, I don't know. I'm
Who
reaching
knows?
here.
Yeah, retaining water is never a good thing.
that's never a good thing. Okay. Oh.
Water retention sucks.
That's right. We don't drink water on our show. We dehydrate before every episode, so we look our best. Okay, this word. This is one of my favorite ones. Mm-hmm. This I heard after Mariah Carey performed. They interviewed some girl just off the red carpet, and they said,
it has something to do with eating something.
You know where I'm going. Yes, I am. And the interviewer said, "So what did you think about Mariah Carey's performance?" And the girl revved up to say what I thought she would say would be fantastic. Instead, she said, "Oh, Mama ate. She ate all the crumbs, and her dress was snatched."
Snatched.
It was snatched. Her dress was snatched. That's really popular now. So the actual meaning of it is, like from the 1920s, yeah, spiffy or drop dead gorgeous. If you're wearing something snatched, it means it is hot. It looks great. It is fitting you like a glove, which is another expression, of course. It's just beautiful. Wow, Monica, that shirt is snatched. You ate. So instead of saying you did really well, you ate, and you ate all the crumbs off the table. That just means you did better than better. So there you have it. The newest.
I'm exhausted, David.
Me too. We burned a lot of calories on this one. It's also, and I get excited with all this stuff, as you can tell, because teens are creating language, which is a miracle in itself. Remember, we didn't always have language. There was a time where we didn't have actual spoken language. So the fact that teens are so creative and create language, and I love that some parents are like, "Oh, really? You're going to create words? Please, that word is so silly." But then I remind parents, well, you did say the bee's knees, or at least your parents did, your grandparents, your parents' parents, the bee's knees and the cat's meow and all that. The slang has always been very, very
the
creative.
Cat's meow.
That means really great. It's a cat's
really
meow.
Great. Yeah.
And speaking of great, see, this is my segue, the conclusion. We hope that your week is the cat's meow. And we hope that's no cap. I'm not capping. We hope your week is just bussin'. What else did we use here? And that
tizzy. What tizzy? Tizzy.
Oh,
don't
that was
be in it. Don't be in a tizzy.
Which is salty. Remember, don't get salty.
That's right. Don't
get
salty.
salty. Don't be salty now. And and if you do get zombied, somebody does come back from your past, we hope that you will treat them like the cat's meow.
Be forgiving.
Be forgiving. Be forgiving, as we hope you will be with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. We always love that you spend your several hours in 20 minutes with us. I am Slangman David Burke. If you'd like to speak like I do and Monica does, please visit slangman.com and check out my books on idioms and slang.
We hope you'll join us again, where we take another deep dive into the ever-growing, ever-changing, ever-morphing, ever-creating world of slang.
And we will look forward to seeing you next week when Monica and I will be slinging the slang. We will see you next week for more fun and games. Till then, bye.